Hello everyone, this is Shaista Khanam from Vidyavardhini's College of Engineering and Technology, Vasai. Today I am going to introduce a very famous name in a market of electronic industry is Arduino. Arduino has become one of the most important electronic platform in nowadays. So I thought that this will be the very important topic which we should understand very nicely. So I have planned to make a video series on this Arduino, how to use it, starting from Arduino board to the application like IoT. So as we have to travel a long journey, so this is the first milestone of our journey. So I want to start this with the help of a very famous quote that you don't need anyone's permission to create something great. So you may have something in your mind, and there are many resources are available, like this video is also one of the resource, this Arduino is one of the resource for developing something. So now you can start thinking of making something and that can become something very great. So now starting with what is Arduino. So what is Arduino? Arduino refers to an open source electronic platform or board and the software used to program it. So first myth which I want to clear, that Arduino is not a microcontroller. Normally it is, whenever it is asked ki what is which controller is used in Arduino, so normally, or which, like if you're designing a project using Arduino and if the examiner is asking you what is the number of the microcontroller, what is which microcontroller you have used, so you give the simple answer as Arduino. So it's a wrong answer. It's not Arduino. Arduino is, it is a platform, it is a board in which a microcontroller is used. The microcontroller which is used inside the Arduino board is Atmega 328. So Arduino is a combination of hardware and software. Hardware is nothing but a board which is consisting of power supply, it is consisting of USB port through which our board is going to communicate with a laptop or a PC. And a very basic thing, it is using Atmel microcontroller which is nothing but Atmega 328. And there are some more things are there which we are going to see ahead. Then along with this hardware you can use along with the software. So the software which is used along with the Arduino is Arduino IDE, which is Arduino Integrated Development Environment. See, this software is very simple to use, and see, normally what happens before, normally when the microcontroller is taught, so microcontroller is thought of used, it is used by the engineering students. But now that Arduino has provided a so simple platform that even the school students are able to do the projects in Arduino. So because this platform is very easy to use, so you can start thinking or you can prototype the thing with the help of Arduino. And if you want to make a final product, in that you can use, if you want to make it small, then you can go for some other microcontroller. But this is the best board to understand or to start to understand how you can design a small projects. So this is Arduino Uno board. In Arduino, there are different variety of boards are available. I'm going to introduce a very basic one which is widely used is Arduino Uno board. Now Arduino Uno board, in this Arduino Uno board, what you have, this is nothing, first thing is nothing but this board is having a microcontroller which is nothing but what, Atmega 328, which is a 8-bit microcontroller. And so this is Arduino board which is consisting of this microcontroller. Definitely this microcontroller needs some power supply, so this is nothing but a USB jack. So you can provide a power supply to this board via two things. Either you can connect this USB jack to your laptop or PC, or you can connect, there is a DC power jack is also available here. You can use a battery. Suppose you are making a robot which is controlled by mobile phone, so you cannot keep your whole laptop into the bot. So what you can do, you can program this board, and you for supplying it, you can use a battery over here. So for the battery connection can be done with the help of this jack. Now this microcontroller needs some crystal. So the crystal which is used, it is operating at the clock speed of 16 megahertz. So 16 megahertz crystal is connected over here. Next, when you turn on this, when you connect this board to the laptop or a PC, or when you give the supply, the first indication is nothing but the power LED. This is going to glow, which indicate that this device is on. After turning on this Arduino Uno board, then the next LED which blinks on your board is this TX-RX. This TX-RX LED is nothing but LEDs which is giving an indication that any transmission and reception is going on. So this first indication of this blinking of LED indicate that the device is ready for any reception or transmission using the serial way. So this is nothing but TX-RX is using a serial communication which is for which UART is used, Universal Asynchronous Receiver and Transmitter. Now next is reset. Reset is a very important button. Suppose that, like, if anything wrong happens, like if your microcontroller has stuck, it's not responding, then what you can do, you can press this reset button. Then after this, you can see something written in circuit serial programming header. There are two ways how the program can be loaded into this microcontroller. Now what is program? Program is nothing but, suppose if you want to turn on the LED. So in order to make the LED on, you have to write a code which can be understood by the controller. So that is nothing but what a program. So program is nothing but we are writing how to glow the LED, blink the LED. And now the program is written into the Arduino IDE, which is there in a laptop or a PC. From there you have to transfer that program into this microcontroller. So that can be done in two ways. One is nothing but through this serial programming, which is nothing but through this USB, and TX-RX is used to program it. And another way is nothing but in circuit serial programming header, in which they are using SPI protocol for loading the program. And when you are using TX-RX, it is using serial communication, it is using UART for loading the program. Now coming to, so this is nothing but what a simple introduction of what we have on this board, but still not over. Now the another thing is 3.3 volt low voltage dropout regulator, which is used to maintain the voltage at 3.3 volt, not below that 3.3 volt, because if the voltage will go beyond less than this, then there is a possibility that it can be recognized as a false voltage. Then these are the pins: digital IO pins, power pins, and analog pins. What is power pins? Here VCC is there, ground pin is there, reset pin is there. Now there are two supplies available, 5 volt and 3.3 volt. That like if you want to do a connection, if you want to take a power supply from this board, so you can use this 5 volt or 3.3 volt. There are two ground connections are also provided. Now, digital IO pins are nothing but these are 14 pins. These 14 pins are used to connect your external devices. Like you want to connect LED, you want to connect switch, you want to connect sensor. The only restriction over here is it is a digital IO pins. Digital IO pins is nothing but where you can give only it or the things, or suppose it is working on ones and zeros. Suppose if you turn on and off the LED, that means it is working on binary 1 or 0. So you can connect the LED over here. You can connect a switch, because switch is also having a connection like it is on or off. So that means it is a two binary condition. So these are nothing but 14 pins which are called as digital IO pins. Now if you very minutely observe over here, below just before 11, 10 and 9, there is some sign is there. Here 6 and 5 and 3. These are nothing but indication of PWM pins. What is PWM pins? It is nothing but called as pulse width modulation. Pulse width modulation is nothing but on this pins you can get the variable voltage. You can get the variable. If I consider the digital pin, On that I can get either 0 volt or 5 volt, that is logic 1 or logic 0. But if I'll use this PWM pin, I can get the voltage from 0 to 5 volt variable, 0 volt, 1 volt, 1.2, 1.5. In this way you can get the voltage, which voltage is very important, useful for like controlling the speed of a motor, for dimming your LEDs. So at the time PWM is important. Now the another set of pins is nothing but analog IO pins. Analog IO pins are nothing but analog voltage. Suppose if your sensor output is analog, so this sensor output can be connected directly to this A0 or A1 or A2 pin. There are 6 pins are available. So but you know that microcontroller doesn't understand anything analog, it understands only binary. So here inside this microcontroller there is a ADC available. So Atmega 328 is having 10-bit ADC inside. So that analog voltage which we are applying, which will be converted into the digital signal, and it is available inside the microcontroller. So you can read that converted data also. So these are 6. So that means 6 analog signals can be connected over here. But as there is one ADC, so only one analog signal can be converted into digital. So I hope this much of introduction will be helpful for your understanding. So whatever I said is nothing but written over here: 6 analog pins, 14 digital pins including PWM pin. There is a reset button, there is an in-circuit serial programmer, power and ground pins. Power supply, external power supply, you can connect a battery of 9 to 12 volt, and USB which is used for communication. Next, again what I have told you, that microcontroller is Atmega 328, which is a 8-bit microcontroller. Operating voltage is 5 volt, but you can apply a voltage from 6 to 20 volt. Digital IO pins 14, ADC 10-bit ADC, and hence it can have analog pins also. Then a very important point, that IO pins, what is the maximum current it can give? The maximum current which it can give is 40 milliampere. See, this is very important to know, because how much this pin can give the current, that depends, or depending upon that you can connect a load. For example, if you want to connect a motor, then motor needs more than 40 milliampere. So if it needs more than 40 milliampere and if you connect, then you'll have a shortage of current, right? So at that time you need, it is nothing but the circuit will be loaded. So at that time you need a driver. So driver is nothing but it is going to increase the current level, and hence along with the motor. So microcontroller, directly motors cannot be connected, you need a driver. But if you're connecting a LED needs a current in some milliamperes. So it can drive the LED, it can drive the 7 segment directly. If you are going to reduce the voltage, supply voltage here is 5 volt, but if supply voltage is 3.3 volt, then the maximum current can be increased to 50 milliampere. Then this is flash memory, SRAM and EEPROM is available in Atmega. This much of memory is available on Arduino Uno board. Out of this flash memory, 0.5 KB is available for bootloader. What is bootloader? Bootloader is a memory. It is written, in which the program is written to serially take the sketch, that is nothing but a program, and store it into the flash. So when you are transferring the program using serially, that is TX and RX, so this bootloader is a very important program through which your sketch will be loaded. When you write upload, the sketch is, or the program is uploaded in a bootloader, and when you press the run command, then this is going to run our program. So I have told you that clock speed is 16 megahertz. So I hope this introduction will be very helpful for your starting with the Arduino. In a next video, we will see that how to upload our first sketch using the Arduino IDE. Before this, like if you want to understand what is microcontroller, what is microprocessor, that video is also uploaded. So kindly go through it. And if you want to know anything else, please write me in chat box. Thank you so much.